Today is March 27th, and I flipped the boat over a couple days ago. This morning I've been playing around with this curve here for the outer edge of the deck and bottom. So I've got these pieces, the stringer pieces all cut out, ready to go in, and I've got to cut out the pieces of plywood that'll drop in between those that'll be attached to those this way and in between each one of these frames for lots of strength in that area. So I like the way this looks. I think it looks good. And what I've done back here is both of these are the same distance out from the center line here. So if I make the first one in the aft part of the hull, first one down there, also the same distance out from the center line, then that should make lining up the outer edge of the boat with the forward part and the aft part relatively easy. Shouldn't require a lot of fairing in or anything like that. At least that's what I hope. Also, we marked out the waterline here. It was starting to disappear underneath the fiberglass and stuff, so I just marked that out to not lose track of it. The presumptive waterline, we'll see how close it ends up there. So I'll just stand over here so you can get a better feel for where that is. So it goes, this is about a foot between here and here, and then it disappears in here and goes along there. It's about 4.5 inches or so deep back in this flat section here. And just as a reminder, the batteries are basically, the first battery's here, second one there, third one is in this half compartment, and the fourth one is in the next compartment. That's where the majority of the weight is in the boat. So I'm pretty happy with that. Just gotta cut these pieces out, glue them in here, and then I'll be working on the on this side here. The plywood that I originally cut out in the very beginning, if I decided back then to make it wider, those sheets would have just dropped in here. Unfortunately, they're not exactly the right shape. I'm gonna have to fiddle around with that. There's plenty of material for this one back here because I never cut it out for the keel curve here. So it's essentially a wide enough sheet to go from the center line here out to where the original outer edge of the boat is, which is like here. But now that it's wider, I can basically just shift that over to the side, and then I'll just have to scribe this curve into it here. And once that's set and nice and tight up against that, and the thing is parallel, so the finger joints all line up with the forward piece, then I can just basically run a pencil underneath a batten like this and scribe that out, or once I'm done with the whole thing, just run a router along the edge and trim it off, something like that. This forward piece up here, unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to redo that because it's just too narrow. It doesn't, the bow is, this is very narrow, so the piece needs to be offset out like this a little bit for the outside edge of the curve to fit. So I may end up just putting a filler piece in here, scarfing it together and epoxy it in, or maybe make it a whole new piece. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, this, you can see from here, you can get an idea where the waterline kind of goes along like that.